to share it to your Facebook, spread it as much as you can. Today we have a young Sudanese. He's a very famous artist. Let me say that. We have a young Sudanese artist, a songwriter, and he's award-winning for Afrobeats and dancehall. And Song of the Year of South Sudan Talent Award. In 2017, and Male Artist of the Year as well. And he's known for his hit song such as Juba, Choose, and Bim and Piondu. Slate Nation. Slate Nation, welcome to our show, and it's good to be with us today. Welcome to our show, Slate Nation. How are you?
Thank you so much, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's been a while. Long time no see.
I know it's been a while and it's been a long time. Plus, you guys on a very heavy lockdown. Really, I really I feel for Melbourne people right now is pretty tough. It's pretty tough situation. How are you going with coronavirus so far, and how are you going so far? Can you just let me know, man?
Man, it's not easy. It's really hard here, more than any other place I could imagine right now. So all we could do is just follow the instructions, follow the rules that the government is saying that we should, stay in, be safe, and avoid unnecessary, movement, crowd, and stuff like that. So I've been in it, man. At least me, I think I'm okay because I've been working on my album, so it distracts me a little bit. But the whole situation, honestly, it's not favorable. It's really, really bad. But yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully we'll get through this.
it's a
By
good
God's
time.
grace.
It's a good time actually to make more music, right?
It is, trust me. I've been really busy, so but right now it's just the best time I could go to sleep and get up and just, you know, go to my studio, which where I am in right now. Just
Yeah,
do
yeah.
my music and yeah,
That's
do the same thing tomorrow. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
really good. On the other hand,
yeah.
they
That's
always say, in every situation, there's always a good side of it. So I kind of see it on my ends. This is one of it.
Yeah, that's great. It's late, and you're doing well so far, as what I see so far. All right, let's get into it, Slide Nation. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope we're gonna have a little bit of chat with you for what you're doing and how you're going, and
So
we will introduce you to our audience as well. I think you're a well-known guy, and a lot of people know you about or for your music. Slate Nation, for the first time, welcome to Talk with Barach, and is live on Facebook right now. Let me get into it, Slate Nation, and just what I wanted to say. You've been quite around. Your face been quite around in music industry. All right, and if you go back home, South Sudan, widely you well known. Tell me, who is Slate Nation?
um, it's only a few people that knows my real name, by the way, and my real birth name, or should I say rather, government name is Ngot Mo Atwai.
Ngod
So
Mawatwai.
slightly Ngot Mo Atwai. I'm from Mapungir Thick and Toins at the same time. So
Okay,
like,
you mix.
yeah, yeah, I'm mixed. So I'm from both sides.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of say like Slave Nation is the name that people knows me wherever I go. Hey Slave Nation, hey Slave Nation. But it's only few like family members, a few friends that really knows my real name because I some might like to keep my private life as private. Because trust me, like music is not an easy thing to do because there's a lot of stuff going on. So you don't have to mix the two, the character and the real you. So like
Yeah.
what you see mostly out there, it's just a character. Slave Nation is just a made up character, just to entertain
Well,
people, to give message to the people, to make people happy and have fun at the same time.
uh,
But real me, like the real person, is totally different.
okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. It's good to hear that from you. I just we're gonna go back a bit. What this is Slate Nation and so on down the track when we're talking, but what I want to say now, I just want you to walk me back a little bit, you know, when you were
Yeah,
young and where did you start it, you know?
yeah. Honestly, I don't know where to start. But we thank God. But before I even go there, you asked me a question earlier on that I skipped. Like, where have you been all along? For a while.
Yep, yep, yep.
As I told you on earlier on, I have had personal issues that I was dealing with, in my personal life. As you know, we're all humans and we all go through all those challenges. I had lost my brother a year ago. That took me way, way back, and was so depressing for me. And he was so attached to me, and I wasn't there for him, And by the time he passed away, by the time what happened, and it was really hard for me, like to focus, on the music side and have fun, just trying to imagine that nothing happened like that. That is not me. Like my spirit was not right. So I was like, I have to take my time off, and sort out myself, trying to rebuild myself and come back, and when I'm really okay for you people, rather than just being out here pretending that everything is okay, but it's not. So just to get that out of the way. So Slate
Yeah,
Nation,
yeah, it's great. It's great, man. Before you go to his late nation thing, is great. I do understand where you come from, and I do understand what you're saying right now. It's good to have a mourn time. Even me, I've been away for a little while. You know, we all have these family issues, but sometimes it's good really to give that time, mourning, and be calm and try to sort out yourself. That's a
yeah,
great things you do, and that's a good example actually. See a hardworking person, you know. It's good to see you back, but you know, sorry about what happened, but you
yeah.
definitely right on the track. Go ahead, go ahead.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, Slade Nation simply means a rock. Slade means a rock, a dark rock, and nation means the fact that some young guy who came from poverty, some young guy who came from nothing, throughout all the struggle, throughout war and everything. So I sat down one day. I was like, okay, now if music is something I really love and it's something that I'm gonna do, how should I call myself? So I call myself Slade and Art Nation because it represents a lot of things. Rock Nation, something strong, something regardless of the circumstances, you fall down and you come back. On the other hand, Slade is some dark rock particles, and as you already know, I'm proud of my skin as a black person, all the way from South Sudan. So like that's where the original name Slade Nation came from, and basically musically I started way back when I was really young at a missionary school. It's called Don Bosco back in my hometown, Torrance. So I was in the school, and which happened to have a church, and they used to take us to the church, and I
Is
fall in love. I fall in love with the way people sing, like praise God in the church, and I was like, oh my God, like this is really cool. So I joined the choir. I start singing without beats, without anything. So after the choir time, I have to go out later on and try and write down songs in English, though they were not perfect, and also in Tongmonjang and stuff like that. So when my dad took me to Uganda for studies, like around 2010, and so I started, recording my first song, which was really terrible. It wasn't good. It
even
wasn't good at all
if,
because
if,
I didn't. I
yeah, yeah. Even before you go to your first song, man, this is amazing, man. Can you tell me? Do you remember the first time, like you you in the choir, you know, and then
yeah,
and then in the choir, what was your first song? Actually, did you feel confident you can stand in front of the church and singing? Did you do you remember that?
yeah. I remember "Praise God" like "Hallelujah" by Don Moore. That is "Praise God" if I'm not mistaken. Like uh, I used to sing that song. Even there were other I was actually with other brothers of mine who were also part of the group, and they were also who were like group, and our group was called like Tech Heroes. So Tech mean Toy Entertainment Crew, and then we added Heroes just to make it like sound really good. Though we weren't heroes or whatever it is, it was our name. And back then, what we could do, the father, he was called Father John Peter. He could call us me and the rest of the guys to come in front of the people, in front of the audience after the choir, and tell us to sing and rap. I was really good at singing. I wasn't really good at rapping, and the rest of the guys were good at rapping because I had a good voice. So I could come up with a chorus and sing live, like no beats, nothing at all. People would be there clapping their hands as beats and stuff, and these guys would be rapping so bad. So from there, really fall in love with music, and it was just like whenever I'm sad, I kind of feel like if I sing, I get so happy, I get so motivated and lift up, by spirit, something like I don't really can explain. So it was really a quite, a good journey for me, like when I started.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. Let me get into real music. What when you get to, you know, make your first song? You know,
Yeah.
I've heard your first song. I've seen it, and it's
Mm,
come back to home. Even when we come,
mm.
this is your first song. Why did you do that song? Come back
By the
to
way,
home. Mm.
Come back home. The one you are listening to, I think it's the second version of the song. The first version of Come Back Home was really trash.
Ah,
though the
yeah, that's me.
content, though the content was really good, it
Yeah.
was trash. And the song itself wasn't actually my song. It was a song for this guy called Kalo and Carlos. They were the big guys in the crew. They were big by age, and also by experience. And I was just a little boy in the crew, and I had a good voice. So what they could do, they would just come up with stuff and say, "Hey, Slate, want you to sing the hook, and then we will jump in with the verses and see how it goes." So really, that song was an inspiration back then when immediately it's just like you, for example, if you have a family and your wife get back the first day, you know the excitement, you know how it feels, or somebody's trying to buy you a car or a gift, like somebody's trying to surprise you. You know the feeling, yeah, you get so excited, and that excitement brings something in you. If you're a musician, you sing about it because you get inspired. So back then, when we got independent immediately, 2011, we're so excited. Like it's something will never happen because all of us were born in war, raised in war. Especially me, I was born in the bush, like really bush, and like independence really meant a lot to me. And when we created that song, it inspired me so much, like to tell people like who were really out of the country, who were really chased away by war and stuff, to come back home, that we got independent. So like back then from the beginning, that was really the greatest inspiration of the song. And yeah. Are we interrupted for a minute?
Yeah, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Sorry, can you hear me? I'll
Yeah,
put myself
I
mute
can hear
first.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll put myself on mute. The question. What I was asking is this one. I follow you up. I've seen your music. Why I was asking you about your first song.
Mm,
Your first song was just kind of just you know a very you know that kind of song. Toward people, and then you turn your music back a little bit. Let me call it a dance hall, or
mm,
or Afrobeat.
mm,
So
mm.
where do you consider your sort of music? In which category?
Like
Based
right,
based
yeah,
on South Sudanese perception. I will come later on for the
exactly.
international stuff. All right.
Okay. Based on South Sudan, you understand South Sudan has so many genres of music, so many, and you kind of understand as an artist, it's just like owning a shop. It's just like you're a business guy, And for you, a business guy, for your business to, for example, you have a small shop around your neighborhood, around your town. You have to look at what are the products or what are the goods or materials that people around the neighborhood, what do they want, that is the most important thing in business. So like, you might get things like geisha, like sugar, like bread, things like sabun, daily things that people really need, necessary things that people need daily for your business to work. Because you cannot go and bring on a Lamborghini, how you call it, or luxurious cars or clothes, and people need soap and sugar, to first take care of my June in the morning and stuff like that. So like I kind of look at it like music, it works that way. As an artist, you have to look at the market like what do you want to give to the people, How are you going to make people pay attention to you, So like not what you want, because as an artist you can do what you want after you're rich, after you are known worldwide, after you've made enough money, your business is around, and later on you want to retire. You could come back and say, okay, I'm going to sing whatever I want to sing right now because I'm already independent. But when you're starting, you have to look at at the grassroots, like
Where you
who
come
are
from?
who are going to be there, yeah, who is going to be there to support you. So I kind of feel like my genre is not really one. That's why I focus. You see me so much with doing Afrobeats of Nigeria. You see me so much doing dancehall, to cover the youth. You see me so much doing culture that is a kubala.
Yeah, yeah,
Mostly I
yeah,
focus on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like to get our people. Like one time there was this lady that called me from the US when I was in Africa, and she was like, "Oh my God, Slave Nation." I was like, "Yes, please." She was like, you know, when I listen to your song Yanbun, me and the kids, like me, I cry, and you remind me of my hometown, Rumbek. Like when I see the whole video, I just vision like me, I'm home, like I just feel at home and I feel great. Even whenever I'm sad or whenever I miss my family, I have to play this song all the time. Like when I heard that, that really touched me because that's what music is. Music is there for you, like to put yourself in other people's shoes, for them to for you to understand their situation, for you to understand their feelings, through your music. That's how you speak to the people. So I kind of feel like doing different kind of music represent different kind of fans and people, and that's the reason why I'm so relevant, in my music, because I don't focus in one thing. Because if I was focusing in one thing, I would really miss a larger audience somewhere, because I have to cut. And you also see me doing slow. You also see me do zouk. You also see me do Afro Dan, the one for Sudan, all of it, because like I kind of feel like even when I started, as you said earlier on, when I started, it was totally different. Like when you listen to a song like Come Back Home, or a song like Achukadar, that was my second song, Achukadar, Get Where You. So like when you listen to such songs, they were just like typically hip hop and R&B stuff. And trust me, and if I was really following that kind of trend for now, trust me, I wouldn't even be Slave Nation I am today, because imagine hip hop and R&B and pop is worldwide and it's dominating, and the competition in that kind of genre, it's too much. Millions and millions of artists are already there, and you have superstars. You could name them: Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Tupac, whoever it is. Do you think you can really top those guys? Imagining you don't have the opportunities, you don't have the support, and you're even all the way back home where the dreams are seems to be really, really impossible. So like when you kind of look at it, I sat down, I was like, okay, this music is really good. I love Akon. Like I used to listen to Akon so much. It's good, but I don't have the chance like of me making it through this music, because there are other people that are already doing it better. And it's not even like English is like my third language or my second, if I'm not mistaken. And if I keep it up that way, trust me, I will not even go anywhere, and I will not even get people to support my music. Though I know I'm talented in it, I have to switch up. I have to go back to the roots. I have to go back to my people. I have to represent, my people. I also have to, export our culture, so that if other people look at our music, they'll be like, oh wow, okay, where's this guy from? They'll say he's from South Sudan. They're like, okay, that's good. Now you know South Sudan not only through war, but other things like music, and stuff like that, and culture. So it's a way of promoting the culture and the country as well. So I kind of feel like it's really, really important for an artist, to break out, of that circle and try. Don't limit your talents. You always need to think out of the book, and see like, trying to bring something new that you kind of feel like people really take and get interested in your work, in your craft.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I want to come back to this now. You take me to, yeah. Let me get out of music a little bit and then come back.
Okay.
Just just I want to talk about the marketing side of it because you are the most, let me say, a South Sudanese consistent guy I have found. I was doing my homework, and then I've seen Slate Nation on Google, on Wikipedia, and those sort of things. And guess what?
Yeah,
I found Kubulu. I think you're the first South Sudanese. If you don't know that, you have to realize that you have the first South Sudanese to put something called Kubulu outside for other people to say what sort of music is this Kubulu. How do you stay consistent, like, for you just going throughout, because it's a hard job. Because if you see our South
yeah,
Sudanese artists sometime, like management side and marketing side and those sort of things, how did you
yeah.
manage really to stay consistent for all this time?
To be honest with you,
Yeah,
before I even started like going to studio and sing, I
yeah,
was following so many artists, back home, even in East Africa. I could travel, come to Uganda or Kenya to just follow somebody like Waire, to go to Uganda and follow somebody like Chameleon and Radiant Whistle and Palazzo, just to see how they do their things. Back to the point, me, like, the most important thing we artists don't really understand, it's a resume. In anything you do, your resume is very important. As an artist, your resume is what you put out there online, because right now internet rules everything, and it's the quickest way for you to be discovered around the world. And I kind of feel like, for me as an artist, for somebody, for example, imagine right now as I'm talking to you, I have connection with so many artists in Nigeria, the likes of Davido. I can tell you, Scales, I'm already working with him. We'll come back to all of that later on.
yeah,
How did I
definitely. Yeah,
get through these guys? Like these guys, when I tap somebody and they go and Google me, they type Slade Nation, it all scam. That's my resume, my songs, my videos, my bio. You find my website, you find me on Wikipedia, you find me on Google, you find me everywhere in the news and everything. They'll be like, okay, this guy is legit. Recently, we signed up with how you call it, Genius. Genius. I was the first now South Sudanese to be, to be approved on Genius, so that any song of Slave Nation you're gonna play, even on my new album, it comes up with the lyrics and they're gonna be approved. Whether in all the languages, it's gonna be translated. So if you don't understand anything I'm saying, at least you get a translated version and you get the message. So like when you kind of look at these simple things, most of the artists don't really like look at them as so important, but this is what make artists the great, or what make other people respect you. For example, if you get the chance today, you say, okay, you want to work with Chris Brown. Chris Brown doesn't know you. You go, if you Google you and he doesn't find anything, you'd be like, I don't know this dude. I'm not gonna get anything out of him. I don't really care whether I have 100 views on Face, on whatever, on YouTube and whatever. But as long as your profile is there, everything is organized, these people will respect you. They will know, at least you know what you're doing, and you represent some people somewhere, and they will actually, allow you to work with them. So I kind of feel like me, like, staying consistent is, to me, I would just say sometimes I would say it's luck, but it's not totally luck.
it's a
Because
bit of
I
hard
put I
work.
put trust
Yeah,
me, like I put some of my hard work on this, honestly. And all of these years, nobody made Slade Nation apart from myself. I didn't have a manager. I didn't have, somebody supporting my music. I only had a few friends and the DJs that are connected with me just to push me. And me personally, I could even go to your phone and say, hey, bro, when I was coming up, can you please, this is my song. Can I send it to you? Listen to it and let me know what you think. Like doing certain, those small things, really keep you going. And also, when you talk about culture, like relevancy, you have to look at your people. It's very important to start from where you're coming from before you want to break out. Because if you don't have a strong foundation, you could never last up there. And that's one thing. A lot of people want to skip level 1 to level 10, which is really, really not good for anything you do in life, leave alone music. Because I kind of feel like if I only have those songs like Juba Juice, Piano, and stuff like that, it wasn't Trust me, if you ask me today, one of the biggest songs I've ever done is Nyanbim. Even Kawajat danced to that song. Anybody can jump to that song, can give up, can get up and motivated, and feel happy with that song because it's culture, it's something new. Everybody has seen, videos with Amarat, luxurious cars and stuff, but nobody has really seen cows and stuff like local stuff, our culture. So I was like,
Exactly.
okay, for me to get people's attention, this is what I should do because the Western stuff, everybody has seen that. There's nothing anybody hasn't seen, but there's something else that you need to bring on the table. So people, oh, okay, that is interesting. That is surprising. So like when you get people's attention like that, you will always be in their memories. And trust me, such kind of songs are timeless. You can never take it away because
Yeah.
songs like Nyan Bim, I can say somebody can get tired of Juba Juice and Piandu, but somebody can never get tired of Nyan Bim because
Yeah,
it's something so interesting and it's soming that amuses people to kind
and
of see something natural and
uh,
real. It's not
and it
something that
has
you like.
and
Yeah,
it yeah and it has that flavor of culture,
exactly.
tradition flavor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like yeah, it's
So
something that
yeah,
comes out of the box. So like
yeah.
yeah, so it's
It
really amused people. And
is
I think that's one of my, strongest point. That's the reason why I keep it like I keep my music balanced. I really want to go international, but I can never forget where I came from. That is my
yeah,
culture. I always have to put
yeah,
it there. In
yeah,
every album I do, trust me, 3 or 4 songs has to be culture. That's it.
yeah, yeah. You bring me to a good point. I always look at music in a different way, especially South Sudan. We are a young nation, as people say all the time. We're a young nation, but we all enough to do better for our young nation. Uh, in young nation, we have people who grew up, who they were born in East Africa. Some people outside Western world. Some people from Northern Sudan, and some people from a bit of say South Africa. But when you look into South Sudan, our music, we mainly have traditional music, but the traditional music is a kind of a dominating in lower level. You know,
Yep.
do you think one day South Sudan can come out with their own lyrics? From mix the traditional song from the drums and some things like something like to stand out for South Sudan, like this is a South Sudanese made thing. Do you think one
Yep.
day you guys can bring some? I mean, somebody, or one day we will have producers who actually mix our own music?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think what we are doing right now is just clearing the way for the next generation to take over, and the next generation are the one that's going to benefit, in this industry. And and trust me, if I was any other artist was from another country, we made a lot of hits, hit songs throughout the years. And if we were artists from other countries, we would be rich by now. But as you understand the circumstances where we are, where we came from, we are still new. We have a lot of challenges in our country that needs to be fixed. So I kind of understand that, okay, we're just here to do our duty for the next people. At least if you get lucky to go international one day, just know you're going to be there, but still, that is not enough because there will be people who will come after you that will get what you have and then they will transform it into something better and they will take it international.
Yeah,
But there are a few challenges we have right now that need to be fixed for our sound to be known like Afrobeats of Nigeria.
yep, yep, yep,
We have
yeah,
a few things. One of the things is we don't have our own producers that knows music, and trust me, that has gone to school to study music and understand how music is going, how it works. All we do right now, and trust me, even the local opera we do, to be honest with you, is inspired from the north, from Arab. The melody, it's all Arab music, to be honest with you.
yeah. Because our
Yeah,
melody, Ethiopian and Arabs mainly, that's
exactly,
our melody. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. And that one, by the way, who introduced it are those legends of Afro artists. They introduced that through, back then they used to go and produce their songs, in Khartoum, in Ethiopia, their albums, and that one became our identity. They infused that kind of sound into Tongwanjang and stuff like that, and now became one of our sounds. But the fact is, it's from those areas. The thing is, Kubulo never came anywhere. You can never add anything and you can never take anything away from Kubula except strings. For example, the way you play Kubala on the drums live, like when Laurie and stuff, is
Yeah.
the way we play it on the beat, you know.
Yeah.
That is one of our identities, 100%, you know, 100%. And the thing is, to make for us to make it more international, we have a few issues. One, the producers. We don't have good engineers. Somebody might have good song, but you might not have a good engineer who will be there, you know, to master your song, where to know what kind of melody, you know, should fit in that kind of, you know, beat.
Category. Yep.
There's a difference between the real beat and the melody, because we have too much melody and too much noise. And trust me, that
That
sound can
that's part
that
where
sound
education should, that's where education should come in, like what you said about producers.
exactly.
Yeah,
We
continue.
really need somebody who is really, dedicated to do this. Like somebody who will really dedicate himself to go to music school and study our music. You know, try and make these people understand this is the sound. If this sound is invented, and a lot of people, you know, needs, you know, to focus on the sound, on the melody of it, because the beat is already there. It's automatic. It's already there, and that beat, trust me, if that beat goes international, that music would take any music, because anybody who will never feel like you want to dance and you put Kubula song, you will definitely get up and dance, because it has that energy and it's exciting regardless of what you're going to say in the lyrics. Another thing, we need directors. We don't have directors really. Somebody who will direct an artist, because we artists, we have a lot of issues. We don't have money. You struggle to save some small money to go to the studio, you know, and record a song. And the producer is going to give you 2 hours to finish the whole song, because you only paid $100, you know, for that song. As an artist, you know, I was like, okay, let me do what I can, because I don't have time and I can never, you know, get $100 next week to come and pay again for another studio session. So like when you kind of look at such situation, like they rush everything. You know, you only do what you can at that specific time, because you're poor yourself, you're struggling. And when you come out with something trash later on, a lot of people are not gonna like it, because and they don't understand it's not your fault. You have
And the
challenges, you
process.
know,
Yep.
and producer is not giving you time. Producer also needs something to eat. He doesn't have time, because there is another next person coming in 2 hours. So like
Yes.
when you kind of look at such situations, like there's a lot really underground that is involved that's affecting artists from releasing good music. When you look at Western artists, somebody can even take 1 year to do one song perfectly, in terms of lyrics, in terms of production, in terms of vocal sound, how you're going to sound and back up. And when you put out that song, it's timeless. You can listen to that song 10 years, 20 years from now, and it never fades away. It's the same. You still love it like crazy, because the production is quality. The director has directed those artists. You should sing this melody like this. Sorry, you should change this line and put this word. You should, you know, tune it like this. Producer, you should. I think you should put
Professionally.
things that remove this. So like we don't have everything. Is all on artists. It's all on you, and it's all on you for 2 hours. Imagine.
To
And when
yeah.
you come out, like yeah, like when you
It's a
kind
lot
of
of
look at
work. Yeah.
situation, yeah, when you kind of look at situation like this, honestly, I don't really blame the artist so much. Honestly, we are very talented. You can never give 2 hours to any other artist in the whole world right now and do
And
that
that
song, finish the whole song, finish it and give it to yourself. Go. That is impossible, and that is just joking. It means you don't even value what you're doing. But we have to do it because of the circumstances that we are in, you know, and there's nothing you could do, because you cannot wait. Where are you going to get money if you wait? At least you put out that tracks. At least people could go and listen to it and get some small coins later on if you perform it in a community tomorrow or whatever it is. So
yeah.
like I kind of feel like those are the really challenges that are really affecting us from moving forward. When we come back to talking about making our sound to go international, for example, the Cupola sound or Afrobeat,
Yes.
we really
Yes.
need business people. As you can see, all these big artists you see around the world, trust me, they don't make it
There's
on
a
their own.
there's an investment behind them. Eh?
There is too much investment on behind them. Somebody will invest in the audio, somebody will come and invest in the video, somebody will come and invest in the promotion, you know, somebody will come and give you gigs, somebody will come, you know, and give you, you know, brand deals and stuff like that for your music to go just on one song. And it's millions and millions. So like when you see it like that, you have to focus on that song. You make it perfect because there is business in it. But for us, we don't have these things. You don't even have a manager to push your song. You're the one doing this thing by yourself, and you're the one pushing your song later on by yourself. If you are lucky for your song to go viral, thank God for that. If you're not lucky, go back to the studio, my friend, and try again next month, or even next 2 to 3 months, because you're not gonna get $100 or $200 every day. It's not possible. It's a struggle and it's a hustle. So like
Is it?
I really
Yeah.
kind of feel like we have a lot of challenges for us to push, and there are really few people who really try on their own to push, but there's no backup. One problem we have with Sudanese, I'm always honest. They say, hey, my brother or my sister, you are really doing good. I'm very proud of you. Keep it up. That it doesn't work. Thank you. It's good for you to say that. It really feels good. But where is it taking me, honestly? It's
Yeah,
not taking
true.
me anywhere at all. Like I need your support. If you don't have that support, connect me with somebody that you say, hey, I know somebody that can really help you. Like I really like what you do. It's really good. Can I
Exactly.
connect you with somebody? If you know a friend or a family member or somebody, connect that artist and let the artist be supported to move forward with the music, because people don't really understand that music, we Sudanese, we don't really understand. Music has a lot of money in terms of revenue, and even come back to the government issue. Like you could put a show in a stadium, and the revenue that comes back in that month, all these arenas you see, like people
Yeah.
selling out shows in arenas, you know how much money the government
Yeah, a
makes
lot of
out of it?
money. The
A
government will
lot of
take
money.
instant tax on the spot.
Exactly, too
Yeah.
much. And you know how
Yeah.
much money, I mean, do you know how much like recognition you give your country throughout worldwide, people to know you and to know your culture? What do you really want? And also later on, if you become a successful artist, you come back to your community, start charities, give back to the poor and stuff like that. People don't see that it's a circle. Like it comes back to everything. It comes back to them. But people just look at it, oh, bro, you're doing good. For how long are you going to do that for me, honestly?
I know, we South Sudanese always like, yeah, you're doing good, go ahead, brother, and that's it. But they
I
don't know
cannot. Yeah, I
how
cannot.
really
There's no way I can go ahead.
to
Yeah,
support you.
I'm stuck. Yeah,
And music is a part of everything. It solve
it is.
a lot of problems.
Trust me.
Is
And you
that
have no idea how many people you can relieve from depression when you put up a show and people come to your show and start being happy. Happiness is the most expensive thing ever in this whole world, but you are giving it to people for free. And people don't really appreciate that. They don't really understand the importance of these things. Like, you being depressed or you want to have a good time and you go out there and
you
the
know?
artist is sweating for you. People don't really understand that we are really doing something for them, which is something very it is, oh god,
Yeah, it's like nation. Really, just sorry to cut you off, but you bring me in a very very interesting point here. We all South Sudanese. You think this is only in the music, but this is not only in the music industry. Even if
yeah,
you see, we have doctors, we have nurses, we have businessmen. You know, we don't even support our own business. Sometimes we say, yeah, 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 but we don't do it.
yeah,
Sometimes if you in a music industry, you may think it's only music. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
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 but I don't know how we're gonna pull this together, because like really,
mm,
you started Slate Nation, and when I see you, you serious, you're doing it. I support you and go ahead. That's the point. But we
yeah,
even we even relax, not only in music, in everything. If
yeah,
you see our business, if you see, it's
yeah,
not because our people they can't do it. We're capable, we're intelligent, we
yeah,
like anyone else.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but do you think one day we can pull this together? At least we can maybe have something we can be proud of. Do you think?
Honestly, I really
You know?
have no idea. The only thing I know with our people is when you make it on your own and you become really successful, that's when they will turn around and they say, oh, that's our guy, we're going to support you, and they'll try to support you. You cannot support me when I'm already okay. That would be pointless, because I wouldn't need that support anymore, because I'll be frustrated and I wouldn't even be doing great things again for my people, because when I started, you guys really mistreat me indirectly. You might not know that you're mistreating me, but you are. It's not a must. I'm not telling you to support me like it's
But
not a
in
must for you to
yeah, yeah,
support me,
is in a
but I
gen-
kind of feel like it's something you should do. If I was also in your position, I could do the same thing, because I know everybody's really struggling. But I'm not asking you to support me every day financially. I'm asking you to see my dream, see my vision. It's not going to be mine if it becomes a bigger one. It's going to be ours. It's going to be in the name of
exactly.
South Sudan. It's not all about you getting something back in return. It's all about you trying to help your people out. When you can. So like I kind of feel like we artists, I'm not talking about me personally, but we artists, we are always let down somewhere and we try so hard. All the things you guys see with us, trust me, it's nobody, it's us, it's the struggle. It's the struggle. You just try. You have no idea how long it takes me to save, to shoot a video, how long it takes me, to
It's a
push a
lot.
one song and stuff like that, But
Yeah,
people see it outside. Maybe there's somebody, there's support behind you and stuff. Trust me, as I said earlier on, if we were from another country, we would be so rich by now and we would be doing great things for our communities. But it's still not the way out for somebody like me, because I know this is what I've been through, like throughout the years I've been doing this, and and I can never give up. It's something I love so much. Like, you can bring food and mic on the table right now. No matter how hungry I am, I will never eat that food. I'll pick the mic because I know I'll get food at the end in the mic, and still people will know me. So it's a double win for me. And people don't really understand that. If somebody has a passion or you have a dream, I need you guys to support that dream rather than you trying to step on them and push them down. It's not really good. And it's for the fans and the people that are listening, by the way.
yeah, I know. It's very amazing, though. It's very amazing. I don't know how we relax too much as a South Sudanese. Like what I said before, is on everything anyway. Anyway, by the way, you just bring me back to a very good point. I like your content, actually. Like you do, you very artistic person. I like,
Thanks.
I like art. Tell me how do you do your body of work in music, like the way you design your things exactly, or the way you do your video. Is that, as what we said before, is all South Sudanese, everything is on you as an artist.
Yeah.
Is Tell me how do you go through all this, like, because you have a very good body of work, let me say that. You put it out,
Me starting starting from an audio, starting from me writing the song, it really like takes me a very long time for me to think about finishing the song before I even thinking of going to the studio. I have to have that vision in my mind. Okay, I want the beat to go like this. I want to sing this line like this. These things, it's very hard to explain as an artist because it's something that it's good when in action, when you are there in the studio to see how we do this. And when I go to the studio later on to sing, trust me, most all of my songs you hear that are great, like really great after I got famous, are not done by one producer. I can let you make the beat and I record my voice on that beat. And I say, my brother, please give me my data. I want to keep it for my future records. I have so much data on my old songs. So when I get the data, I go to the next producer to go and do the mastering for me, because that producer will have a different sound. You will have a different vision from what you already gave me. Because we human beings, we have a limit to our creation. We are not God. We have a limit. You might be very creative, but there's always that point, that ending point of creativity. Be like, man, I kind of feel like, there's nothing more I can add to this. It's already good. Okay, that's good. Give it to me. So when you give it to me, I have to go to the next man. So the next man will come, oh, I have this and this. I think this and this will be good, really good at this. So like when you kind of look at a song like Nyandum is actually done by two producers plus me myself. Now I don't really make beat, but I always, trying to tell producer
the
like
lyrics
this
and all
melody
those sort of
should go
things.
like
Yeah.
I say it in my mouth and stuff, trying to direct them and stuff like that. Was done by a guy called DJ Makadenga Tree, on the piano. After that, I took the data, I gave it to Enoch. I was like, bro, mix this one for me, and I need you to add stuff like this and like this. So like when you kind of look at that process, it's really to your advantage as an artist, because and it's money, by the way. You have to pay this guy and you also have to pay the other guy, because you know the importance of a song. When it becomes good, it's not every song that everybody will go and like. But when one of the songs everybody likes, trust me, it's you're good as an artist. It will remain as timeless. It will be history on your name. So like I kind of feel like we artists, this is what we should be doing. You don't need to have a limit to your creation. And I kind of feel like that creativity there, involving a lot of people in that creativity makes you, like unstoppable. When it comes to videos, really, that is the hardest part. And all my videos you see, it's me that sit down and write the script and direct whatever I want. I don't want this, I want this and this and this. Your ideas are welcome. If I like your idea, it's going to what I'm visioning. I was like, okay, okay, I'm gonna add this. But all the videos, because I understand most of the videos, my videos were done by Ugandans, foreigners, and they will not understand where you're coming from or what story are you going to tell. So like it's your responsibility as an artist to tell them, hey, this is what I really need you to do because this is what the song is all about. I just don't want you to go and do the opposite for the sake of a video so people could just enjoy it. No, I want you to do this and this and this. The content should be like this. And starting from the beginning, for me to shoot it, that's why you see me, Barach. I have a lot of songs, new album right now, and I only tried to shoot one video here the first time in 2017, and I didn't like it, and I kept it up to now. I've never gone out and wanted to shoot a video because I've been doing my research all along while I was off, because I know the importance of videos now. You just don't need. It's not all about the camera and shoot and that's it. It's all about being professional. If somebody outside of your country look at that content, they'll say, okay, this guy is a real artist. And I always make sure, regardless of what, I make sure that song must be kept until that thing I want is done the way it should be done. Because I know money is involved a lot, but I don't really look at that part, because I always try to make sure and sort out whatever you need so that you could be happy and do my job the way I wanted you to be done. And yeah, I kind of feel like it's all on me. I don't know. Ideas come a lot all the time, so I cannot really tell like where's the creativity coming. But it's just that because it's something I really love too much, and I always have a vision before I even do it anything. I always have that vision that, oh God, I want to do it like this. It should go like this. If I do it like this, I think it will really come out really good. So I always have that vision. I wish one day if somebody hacks my vision and sees what I'm trying to tell, it would be really amazing. But yeah, I always try to bring it to life and do it just the way I vision it.
It's a great work, it's a great work you're doing, and it's definitely hard. I know how, to produce some video and just to draw the map how
Mm,
the video gonna look like and how the song will sound with the video. It's a lot of work, plus come on,
mm.
doing editing and producing, and plus you have to involve on all different stages.
Yeah,
I hope we, have to cooperate as, people who knows about all these sort of things. One day we can make a good quality content by our own without any foreigners, you know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. That would be
Yeah,
really amazing.
yeah. For me to
I'm
come
looking
to,
forward to that one day. Yeah.
yeah, just for me to come, like, you know, throughout your career and your song, uh, on which of your song, do you think you deliver your personal best performance so far? You know,
Well,
from emotional or and
yeah.
from technical point of view, which the
Yeah,
song you really
from
deliver
from my
you?
previous from
Yeah,
my previous music, I would say there is this song called Peer.
peer. Yep.
Peer is on YouTube. That song is so inspiring. But that song never took me time to write that song. It was just something that came naturally because it was based on real life story, real situation I've been through, my friends have been through, and stuff like that. So that one was just straight, like it was just a straight song. I didn't even take some of my time to think about it a lot. I kind of feel like that song back then, after now, I kind of feel like that song was really, really like, because was really like, it's not a character, it's just something I really felt that was right. Like what I've been going through, and most of the people, 90% of the people are going through it. But right now, as I'm talking to you, I have a song called Jong Chang Sud.
Dongkyung Suit.
Yes, Jong Chang. This song,
Are you sure?
yeah, in my album, yeah, Jong Chang Sud.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
because,
I'm telling you,
because
this
I'm wearing suit,
is
that's why I say, "Are you sure?" But yeah, so good.
no, no, it doesn't mean it that way. It's
I know, I know. I'm just joking, man.
when you get the song in the album, trust me, that song you will even ask me how I did that song. I cannot even answer myself after today in my upcoming album how I did that song. And trust me, that song took me one day to finish. And that song, what I did a demo and sent it to this guy called DJ Biggie Dang.
Yeah,
And
Biggie.
these
Yeah,
guys are, yeah, Biggie, Biggie and Luan. Those guys are really my supportive scenes. They've been supporting me since I was in Africa. And
yeah,
when Luan listened to Jong Keng Sud, it was like, bro, I could never expect you to do something like this. I don't know whether anybody can really do what you have done in this beat. And the beat was international, and I purchased the beat, and there was another rapper that did something, and I didn't rap. There's a rapper that did rap on that particular beat, and Lulden knows about that song. So when I bought this beat completely and did this work, I don't know, it was so speechless, and that's when I realized my potential is really. Imagine looking at somebody who really been there for so long, and he knows so much about the world, and he have moved around the world. He knows everything. To commend you at something, and to commend you at something like that, you just kind of feel like your creativity is really, really unique, and you just kind of feel like all you are lacking is just an opportunity. And if you get that door to break it immediately, the whole world will be surprised of what you really got. Because, like, when the album comes out and you listen to this song called Jong Cheng Sud, and when I call one of my friends, and he is a director, he's a music video director, I told him, bro, I explained to him the concept of the song, explained to him the concept of how I want the video to be. He was even speechless. He didn't understand anything in the song. He was even speechless, and he was white. It was like, how is it possible for a young guy like you to come with something like this? Like, how did you even thought about this? And even on the video side, you should go to school and start learning about the video production and stuff. I was like, no, I don't have that time at the moment. But it's just that when I do a song, I vision everything as a movie in terms of singing it and in terms of visualizing it as a video. Like, I vision everything, like the whole story, like I capture everything. Like, I don't know. That thing is so common with me. And I explained it to him, and he was so speechless. I just kind of realized, looking at that kind of situation, you realize your talent is really, really beyond. You just need exposure. You just need that one opportunity. And if you get that opportunity, and trust me, this song is international sound and is in Tuangyang, international sound. And the concept, the message behind the song, when the song comes out, I will explain it to you. It's crazy. I've never in my life thought I could do something like that.
That's good.
And I've never thought like I could even come up with something, an idea like. And I was just vibing to a beat. It wasn't something I planned, honestly. Yeah. Luckily, I think
That's
God I got in the studio.
That's actually how things work. Sometimes you can
like,
plan something for a very long time, but it doesn't turn out the way you want it. But sometimes just you can walk on the studio and just in 1 second you can do something.
Just like an accident. Yeah, it was just like an accident. The thing happened really like an accident, and I was like, okay. Like, trust me personally, in terms of art, some people might not relate to it. Not everybody will relate to what you really, sing or what you really feel and trying to give it out to the people. But there are people who will always understand. It will be selected people who will really understand what I'm trying to say and how the song goes and stuff and how they're going to feel it. And I'm very positive with the video with it. That song will really go far. Like, and I just don't know. It was just crazy. It's just out of the box, to be honest with you. I've done great songs. For example, the single I just released 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But before we talk about that single, let me just listen to this. Huh? I don't know if you can listen it from your end. Listen to this. Can you listen to it?
No, I cannot.
All right, I'm playing that song anyway.
Okay.
Just 2 minutes.
Take your time.
I don't know that. Can you hear me guys outside there? Give me a thumb up if you can hear me.
Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? There, we need peace. We need peace, and we have been searching for peace today. Corruption is not a friend to anybody. It's the worst enemy, and we call it cancer. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you the whole. It is a very long story. Where are you coming from? where you know.
Hello, Anamaligi to Nas Bishakulu. You know, that's the song I was playing actually.
Okay. Are you live on Facebook as well?
Yes, let me check if the live is on. Let me check. It looks like.
Okay.
Come out. Where you know, where you know, where you know, where are you coming from? Where you know, where you know, where you know, where are you coming from? There, we need peace. We need peace, and we have been searching for peace today. Corruption is not a friend to anybody. It's the worst enemy, and we call it cancer. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you the whole.
It's alright. Yeah, it's live. I don't know. It's not showing there. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's live. Yeah, I just was just
Okay.
put your. Yes, we can hear you and your music.
All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. We're still live, but I don't know. It's not giving me that the red thing. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening here, but as long as people can
Hear us. That would be great.
hear us, or just
Ask them if they can hear us.
can you hear us? Yes. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here with you.
Yeah. Hello.
Are we okay?
Yep. So I'm live. Yeah, it's still live, I think. But here it's just giving me something white. I don't know. Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. I hope it's gonna continue like that. But it feel like I'm.
Tyler, hopefully
Yeah.
everything goes well on your interview, man.
I hope so. I hope so. I can see a few people here, but it's still I don't know. Should I cut it off and then come back?
Okay.
I can see. Okay, can you see in your side?
All right. Yeah, I can see myself on the video.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
but it's
on
say
the live.
but
Let me
but
see what I turn off my whatever how you call it speaker. Let me see what I can hear myself. That would be great.
hear it. Oh, just
Ask them if they can hear us. Yeah, it's working.
okay. You guys can hear my out there. Okay. Yes. He say they can hear us, and it's good. So I think we go ahead
Awesome.
and see how it's gonna end up. You know, I'm not seeing that red thing on my thing. It's just kind of
I'm
frozen
seeing the red thing. You mean the red light, like
Yeah.
the red light thing?
on the top. I read live. You see it there?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. I can
Okay,
see
that's mean I have a problem only on my side here. That's no problem at all. Okay, let's continue. You know, I think people hear the music.
I can see DJ Biggie Ding here in the building. The guy was telling you, good seeing you, Biggie Ding. One of the guys that been supporting me since day one.
Yes,
know.
yes. I had an interview with him. You know, this guy.
Yeah.
We had a good time actually. You know,
He's amazing.
He's amazing guy.
He's too real. Like,
I
wish we could have people like him in the industry. It would be really amazing.
Yeah, he's very courageous. You know, and I think I think I'm gonna have some interview with him as well in the future when things work out
Awesome.
well. Definitely now we're
Mm.
online and coronavirus. I think he's in East Africa. I think we're gonna have interview with him soon anyway. All right, to come
That would
back,
be great.
I was playing your song Inu
Okay.
Kumatograp. Can I what do you mean by matograph, man? Can I just explain? Give me some word, man.
You see,
Give me some word here,
you see, Barach,
Yeah.
I told you earlier on,
Yes.
music, you need sometimes, I don't know how stuff come to me, but music sometimes it's all about creativity,
Yes.
entertainment, and a message. You will get people to listen to you. Trust me. Imagine, Barach, I took 2 years off my music, 2 years, and Inu was the first song I dropped. It's, by the way, that song is just a bonus song in the album. It's not even part of it. It's a bonus song. I dropped it and I was like, okay, let me test the market,
Wow.
What are
Is
people,
that was a
what are
testing, eh?
people, yeah, what are people
It's good.
feeling about Slave Nation? Let me test the speakers, okay? So it turned out to be something that I never expected, to be honest with you. After a 2 years
But
break, like I didn't really announce anything. What happened is Mato Rap, before I come back to the
yeah.
whole song,
Yeah.
Mato Rap, it's a short time for somebody who likes to eat, okay? Or you like to live a good life, you like to, to be okay, but you don't want to touch anything completely. You don't want to do anything like in whatever situation it is.
Basically you need free money.
Matora, somebody who just want to eat, you want to live comfortably, but you do not want to do the work. I mean, it is impossible in this world. Everybody must work. Everybody must do something. You must support people. You must be there for your community. At least you have to do something. So my thought up is a short term for somebody who's greedy, somebody who will think only about himself. He doesn't want to care about any other person outside. Somebody who just want to eat and that's it. You don't want to care about, you don't want to know about anything else. All you want to know is about what you're going to eat and that's it. Full stop.
Do you know Slate Nation why I ask you about Matograph? I really do understand your message. I like it very much.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
very elegant and you put it in a very simplest way. A guy on the street
Yes.
will
Yes.
understand what is going on with this song. I know our
Yes.
situation back home. You
Mm.
you you guys artists can send a message. Our situation back home, like
That's the thing. A lot of
what do you
people
say?
now.
We have a lot
Mm.
of matograph on the top of the pyramid.
Okay.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, continue. Yeah.
All right. Now to
Eh?
explain the whole concept of the song to you people. Some people might not understand Arabic, some people might not understand Dinka. And that's why I tried to fix 3 languages in the song.
Yeah.
If you could listen to Dinka and Arabic and both is fine with you. If you could only listen to English, you will still get the message. If you could only listen to Arabic, you still get the message. As I'm talking to you right now, let me explain the song and then I will tell you what the song has really done in the 2 weeks we drop it. Matorab, as you say, just simple words. Inu, Inu is an Arabic word. In English, it doesn't really mean anything or it doesn't really stand alone. But in Arabic, it's so much more than that. Inu means whereby, if you want to connect a sentence like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
or whereby and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
it's a
like if you
link.
want to connect a sentence.
Yeah, it's
So
a
like,
link word actually.
as,
Inu.
yeah, as you already know, Inu is it's one of the most famous words each and every Sudanese back home knows and use, even kids. You could ask a kid that is of 3 years old, 5, 10, they will tell you Inu. Simple word, so simple. Anybody can know. It's just simple. It's just like how we
And
use
our famous president used it a lot too.
and the president
Uh,
even made it
and his
more famous.
and more
Inu is the
powerful.
most famous word he used in each and every speech he does. Me as an artist, I'm somebody who want to deliver the message. I'm somebody who want to entertain the fans. I'm somebody who want to make comedy for somebody to smile, to make somebody happy. But the most important thing number one is the message. The question is, how am I going to deliver that message to the people? How can I get people's attention to listen to my music, to listen to the message I'm trying to give them? You
Very
know,
powerful message in a simple way.
you have to come up with something. You have to come up, it's like a code. You have to come up with something like a code that everybody connect with, that everybody understand, that everybody, if you hear it, well, okay, I know that, let me listen. What is he trying to say really? Is it possible? So like, I was like, okay, Inu is the right word. Simple, very simple. Somebody will say, okay, Inu, the song is called Inu. Okay, how? How is it possible for him to sing like whereby? What does it going to mean? Like really, like it's very good to try and confuse the people to really come into deep to your message. And as an artist, that is part of creativity right now, and that is part of marketing strategy as an artist. So
But would you think it would be the hit it has been?
I knew the song was gonna be a hit, but I never knew the song was gonna be the all-time song in a very short time in my music career. Like as huge, like has become so huge in my music career, is the all-time.
Cause I
Into
said,
it, into
yeah.
it,
Because I said it's very powerful message, like in a
yeah.
very
And
simple
I've
way,
never,
you know, in a very
I
simple way.
wasn't.
So
I knew it. Yeah, I
yeah,
knew it. The song was gonna create some impact, but I never knew it was gonna be that huge. It never happened to me. It never
but
happened in my music career. Even when I dropped Nyanbum, even when I dropped Juba Juice, those big songs, it never happened.
yeah, I've seen it. A lot of people has been, you know, viewing it and
Everybody
listening to it.
connects
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
song.
yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
connects with the song, and I was like, oh wow, like I never really expected that. So for me to deliver the message, you know me, I'm one guy who always somebody listen to news. So that idea was already in my mind. But the idea is another idea came in. So when I listened to the president's speech, he was like, "Ana ma legitu nas bishakal, ana legitu nas biyarf akulu." I already had my top rap. It's the short word that summarized everything. I was like, perfect, perfect.
Wow, wow.
I do
Okay.
not find people who knows how to do the job. Imagining you are my boss, or let me say you are my CEO or the leader. I think the word leader is the preferred word than a boss. Boss is somebody that commands, but a leader is somebody that put people first, and then he comes, and then he comes after. As a leader, I think if I give you as a leader, as your leader, and I give you a task to do, let's say we have an organization, you know, that support, children, that provide them with food, shelter, basic needs like that, and also provide water for the community. Okay. And I will say, okay, you are my assistant. Assistant, can you have this money, please? Can you go and at least build a water pump or donkey somewhere, for these people to get water daily? Can you go and build a house for these guys, for these kids, to have where to sleep? Can you take this money, please? Can you go and build this road and stuff like that? I'm just giving you basic examples, for these people to really understand what I'm trying to say in the song. So after me giving you that, I'm your leader. I have other things that I have to take care of. I'm running a lot of things. I've given you that responsibility. I've entrusted you with that to do it for the people. But you go and end up doing it different way. You did the opposite. You went on, you know, bought yourself maybe a good house, let's just say, or you bought yourself a good car, or you go, you want to travel, and put your kids somewhere good and stuff like that, forgetting the mission that you are assigned to go and do for the people, because leaders should be there for the people. And when the blame comes back later, the blame is not going to go to you, the assistant. The blame is coming to the top, because you are the guy we know. As the people, we know you. You are the guy at the top. We don't know the rest down. So, like, when he said that message, I really felt it so much that really the problem is somewhere, and we have to get to the root of that problem. How am I going to do that? We have to bring in this message. I was going to do it alone, but I was like, for this song to really create a greater impact, I have to involve. You know, I got inspired with the song that President Museveni of Uganda did, another rap. I don't know whether you know about that song. So
Yeah.
when, yeah, back a few years back, I was like, okay, now I have to go and do a lot of research to get the content I really need that people can really relate and they want to put it in the song. And that's how the song came about. And then I had to was like, okay, the song is great. What am I going to do? I have to look for a kid. You know, it's the easier thing for you to go far. A kid is loved by everybody. And for a very important message to be heard by somebody, it has to be somebody like a small child delivering that message for them to really get the message and understand. I've traced a kid who knows Arabic and took them to the studio, gave them the line and how to tune it, sing this. Anama lekitu nas bishaka. Analegitu nas biar akru. Do it twice. That's it. I don't want anything else from you. Just do that. You see?
Goodness,
This shows that even me
you-
as a kid, as a very young boy or a kid, a small kid, I'm also frustrated. Like I'm telling you, you know, I'm not getting somebody who really want to do stuff for the people, you know.
yeah, definitely,
You know,
definitely.
I'm giving you a job, but you're going, you know, do
Yeah,
the opposite, and you
the
know,
problems
which
here,
is not really good.
the problem here
So,
is late nation. Yep, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. I'll come after you. Go
yeah,
ahead. Yep,
okay.
yeah,
So that is half of the message. The other half of the message you wouldn't really understand comes back to the people. You say, can you mind a gurush Arabia bill motor? Can you mind a gurush motor biwajala? In English, it means in your life, if you don't have money to, if you don't have
money
money,
to buy a
or
car.
if you cannot afford a car, buy a motorbike. If you cannot afford a motorbike, you buy a bicycle. But that is a proverb. It doesn't really mean if you don't have money for a car, you go and buy a motorbike. It means in life, in whatever you do in life, you don't need to really feel bad about the next man who's already doing good. God has given you your mission. Your time is coming. You don't need to feel bad or be jealous of the next man who is doing great. And you don't need to skip the process because God knows your time is coming. It might not be today, it might be tomorrow. You do not need to kill yourself because you do not have good stuff today or you are not successful today. You do not need to scam people because so that you could be rich quickly. You rather buy a bicycle with your clean money rather than you having a car or a good house for the scamming people. You never know that money was going back to the people, to build schools and hospital and stuff like that. So like when you look at the song, it really like it has deep message that people don't really understand unless I explain it to them. And also for me, for people to get the message, it has to be funny. That's how to bring it this proverb like animated gurus or be a big motor. These messages are funny when you listen to somebody be like, okay, this is funny. How can you tell me to go and buy a bicycle if I don't have money to buy a car? Like
Yeah.
it's so funny. Like when you think about it, it's like comedy. So it's entertaining, but you're getting the message at the same time. So like I really involve a lot of things, but I never really expected, the song like to turn out the way it is in 2 weeks. Like as I'm talking to you
It's
right now, the first day I announced we were going to drop the song, we got 3.2 million people
wow,
on my Facebook page for the first time to get a million in my life. For the first
wow.
time. But
It's
I'll
gonna
be
be
honest with you,
hard. It's gonna be hard for that song to overcome it. I don't know if you're gonna drop your album soon.
yeah,
I don't know
like
how. This will push your album
and
back anyway.
like really like it never happened in my life. I was like, I've never seen a million in my life, you know. People like
That's a good
million
move.
people. People
Yeah,
don't read million people. Like
yeah,
I was just like, wow. And if I
yeah.
had dropped the video at the same time, those numbers were gonna go there straight. I
I
was like, wow, okay. After 2 years I came back and this is what's going on. I was like, wow. Like this is unbelievable. That was just on me. WhatsApp, I got blocked on WhatsApp. After online, I got blocked on WhatsApp. More than 15,000. Me personally that I've sent, leave alone my team that is supporting me everywhere around the world to push the song.
Yeah.
In
Wow.
Juba, the song dominated all the radios. As I'm talking to you now, everywhere on the street, every kid is singing that
Yeah.
song, like as if it has been a month or whatever it is. Like I just kind of felt like I really touched the people. Like I really like spoke what people really wanted to say, you know. And I think that's the most important thing as an artist to be doing those things. You know, you have to be there for the people. You don't need to be there for your own interest. I'm one guy. I always want to put myself in the line for the people because as an artist, that's what you are. You're like a messenger. You know, you have to be there to correct your people, to inspire your people, to tell them what is right from wrong. You know, you
That's
don't
true.
need to be there to hate people. You don't need to be there to praise people so that you could gain your own. You could be on. You could. I mean, you could gain stuff for your own benefit. That is not totally like an artist shouldn't be doing that. I'm not discouraging any artist praising anybody. You can praise anybody you want. I don't really mind, but remember, you are there for the people. There are people down there who don't have a voice, and if God has given you a chance to have that voice, you need to know that voice has been given to you for a reason, and you need to use it for a good cause. You know, not for your own personal gains or whatever it is. I know I might not be the greatest artist or whatever it is, but whatever small thing I have, I always try as much as I can to entertain you and also give you the right message that you need to hear and inspires you and keeps you going on stronger. So that's
Yeah.
how that whole song really came about. And it wasn't something that I really, really planned it. Like it's just something that came abruptly and I just was like,
It's
wow,
it's
okay.
it's
And
well
I
it's well
and
thought it
and
actually.
that's how yeah, and that's how I told you when I drop it. I was like, guys, this is a bonus because I was really like, you know, I was really coming to test the market because I've been down for 2 years, you know, struggling with my own personal issues. I was like, okay, let me test the market with this song and see how it
The
goes.
the
You know,
the
I
ma-
knew it was gonna create an impact, but I never knew it was gonna go way,
the
way,
ma-
way, way.
the market is huge, brother. You know, the market is very huge. So, but it's good for you. That's why I say now it's gonna take a long time to overcome that song, and I don't know how you're gonna drop your new album lately, but that's what it is. Anyway, to come in because it's a very powerful song. You know, that's why I said before in the beginning when I mentioned how do you really maintain your consistency throughout and you stay. You know, you 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 you
Yes.
you, you, you you're a marketable guy. You know how to market yourself. You know how to market things out. You know, and that's why this song come like very powerful like this and simple in a very elegant, simple way. That's even what I
Yeah.
see. You know, that's what you call real art. Now when I see you, like you know, you very artistic person at the same time, regardless of you know only singing. Probably you can fit in this you know category of producing. You know, and doing
Yeah.
a lot of different things. You know and
Yeah.
that is pretty good for you, Select Nation, for to come just to close that little things. What do you call matograph or inu? It was a very powerful message. But right now,
Yeah.
what is your message? Because like what I said before, you know, we have a lot of
Mm.
matograph hanging around. What is your message for those
My message,
matograph
that's
to come
that
down
message that
or to
yes.
invest at least in our own country?
Yes, that message is going to everybody. If you feel like you're doing something wrong, you have that guilt. I might not know, but you know.
Yeah.
If somebody out there, if you're out there, you know you're doing something wrong, and you know you should be doing the right thing for the people. I think it's not too late to do that right now. You know, your people need you in every way we can. Trust me, a nation or whatever, a change doesn't come a day. It doesn't. It's a process, and it involves every single person. Any change you can make, Barach, any change I can make, and other people can come together. That's a big change. You know, we don't. The change cannot come once. Generally, it's our responsibility to also. I might be wrong sometimes. You could tell me, "Hey, Slade, you're wrong here. Do this and this. You shouldn't be doing this." And okay, sorry, I'm gonna correct myself. This is how we can move forward. We need to love ourselves. We need to be united. We need to focus on building our country. We need to focus on, on preaching love and peace rather than, all these things, all these negative things, because we need one another and we all need ourselves for our country to move forward. So I kind of feel like through that message, it's kind of like, go into your head. I'm watching you, and I'm telling you, please, if I'm not saying it's this and that, I'm saying you're there. At least if you're doing wrong thing, make sure you correct yourself. It's not too late to correct those mistakes you're doing, because we really need everybody's support. for us to move forward.
That's great. That's great. It's actually a hit song, and I listened to it. Even I observed when I was looking around and seeing it. Really like in South Sudan we have young people say 75%, but I think this song it went through for to all different range in age.
And you can imagine.
And
Sorry to cut you off.
yeah,
And you can imagine the style on it. It's not even a South Sudanese style, but simple. Like the message was so simple that made everything everybody accept everything about the song, even the kind of style I brought it out in the Nigerian kind of way. When you kind of look at those Nigerian kind of beats and kicks, they kind of go back to our traditional, like the kubla kind of kicks and stuff.
yeah,
So I
that
was
hit.
like, okay,
Yeah,
let me relate something for these people to get everything like really, really. Let me make it so simple for the youth will love it so much, but also the big people will understand. The other day, there was one guy who told me, Slade, can you imagine my dad is listening to your song? I was like, what?
that's what's up. That's what it is.
He was like, my Musa is listening to your song right
That's
now.
great.
Bro, this is impossible. He has never listened to any of these young South Sudanese artists. Like, bro, just consider yourself, man. Like, you have gone far. Because this is impossible. I can never imagine my dad listening to your song like that.
Yeah, that's
like,
true. That's
I was
true.
like, wow. I was laughing. I was like, oh wow, that's really great. Like, yeah. So it's really great, like, to see big people like involved in this, like trying to get the message. You understand? I also have fun with the song and stuff like that. Like, it's a blessing, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do certain things, God has His own way of designing things. Maybe He knows the reason why I had to go through all of these, and bring me back this way, to the people and stuff like that.
You're actually a very admirable guy, and the way you do music, I like it, and you're very consistent. Just for me to go to the next question, let listen, I just want to put for the audience, if I see if they can hear me, I want to just buzz them with in the song a little bit, maybe about 90 seconds, and then we'll come back for it.
No worries.
Put your thumbs up if you can hear us, because I want to check if you can hear us. Put your thumbs up.
Where are you coming from?
Write something if you can hear us, please. If you can hear the song, not us.
There, we need peace. We need peace, and we have been searching for peace today. The corruption is not a friend to anybody. It's the worst enemy, and we call it cancer. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you the whole. It is a very long story. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? There, we need peace. We need peace, and we have been searching for peace today.
You do the talk, I do the walk. You like to eat, you don't like to walk.
Where are you coming from? where are you coming from? There, we need peace. We need.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you. Where are you coming from? We need peace. So that was a great song, you know. And
Thank you.
yeah, it's really, yeah. Just we're coming to an end soon, but I just want to talk a little bit. We have social media questions here for you. I got them
Okay.
before, and then it's gonna be there. But before you answer the social media questions, this is what I want to say to you, like, or this is what I want to ask you about.
Okay.
Yeah, what was the most difficult task you have been through in the music industry? Something you can recall until today.
Ah, that's a difficult one. I had a
Yes,
lot, but
something
I
has
would
made
say,
change in you. Yeah.
yeah, I would say the most difficult thing I've experienced was when I started before I even got famous. I had songs that I could, save money. My dad could give me pocket money to go to school. So I make sure I stay at school, but I make sure I use my pocket money to buy a record. And I have to, 2 weeks later when things are really hard, I have to call him again. I'll be like, I will give him any excuse. Maybe my money, I've wasted, I've used it, to buy school stuff and whatever it is, not knowing that I'll be recording. And when each and every community event happens, I have to go there and sing for free. And you guess what? When I go on stage and sing those songs, not even one person could come, and support me on the stage and cheer me up because people were not really feeling my music, and I was just starting. I was learning, how to sing and stuff like that. That was really hard. Like, imagining you love something so much and you kind of feel like what you love, people don't really, connect with it. Like they don't really support it. You kind of break down because it hurts you a lot because it's what you love, but people don't agree with your point. So that was really hard for me. And one thing I never did was keep up because I knew that I was like, okay, now if people don't like what I'm doing, I think I must give them more reasons for them to hate it or like it later on in the future. So I had to go back again and record. I sing tomorrow, next month or next 3 months. I get two people on stage. I go back to the studio next 6 months. I come with another song. I might get 10 people on stage and stuff. So then I have to build like that. I understand what they really need, what kind of songs and how I should be singing, how I should tweak my style and stuff like that. It was really a hurting process for me because knowing that starting and you have nothing and you just really struggle to record a song and it turns out people don't really even want to care about it. People don't really want to know. They just want to know when are you going to get off the stage because they're not feeling you. Yeah, so it was hard when I started, But after me not giving up, and push harder, that gave me even more reason like to do it better more than any other thing because like I was really hungry for it. Yeah.
Mm,
And
yeah.
back then like you could just look at people like they could just look at you like somebody who doesn't have future. And the thing is, see, throughout my life, it's not because I hate alcohol or smoking. I've never done it in my life, but people could really look at you like somebody who is wasted, that you don't have a future because you're an artist.
Come
Because
on,
they
man.
look at you. Yeah,
may,
because they
may,
look like,
maybe these are South Sudanese way of
yeah, these
thinking.
are, yeah, exactly.
They're
Because
trying to think if
you have to
you
study
in
from,
the
yeah,
music,
because you have
yeah,
to
yeah,
study
you don't
from the
have future.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah, your community become biased and it's very hard on you. They get hard, like they get so hard towards you.
Imagine young people, yani,
Mm.
the energy you have.
Yeah, you have too
if
much
if if,
energy.
if
Yeah.
you invested in the music, invested in something beautiful,
Mm.
and this is going to be relevant to your future as well,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
even if you didn't make it to the way you want it, probably this is going to take you to a different point. It will direct you to a different point and something good and
And
something
trust me,
better, you know.
yeah, trust me, I never really wanted to prove these guys wrong in a negative way, but I did prove them wrong in a positive way. These are the same people after I made it, making tours right now. I'm known everywhere in the country, everywhere I go. These are the same people that came, oh my God, you're doing great, keep it up, Panan, and stuff like that. I was like, thank you. At least you've come back and know what I was doing wasn't stupid. At least you know that I never gave up because of those reasons. Actually, thank you for those reasons. That's why I even like have to push harder to make it. So like it was really difficult. Like as a child, to be honest with you, as a kid, like when you're very young, you don't really understand a lot of things, and somebody pushed you that hard. You know how it feels. Like you don't even know how to react. Like it breaks you down completely. I was just lucky that I have to push harder, and prove them wrong in the right way.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, that's a good point. Basically, let me put it this way: your image is basically an extension of your music. Tell me, Slate Nation, what kind of music do you listen to exactly? For people seeing you now, you're singing this, you're singing that. You're very fresh man. Do you really listen to some music, like a particular music?
I love like when I'm alone. I really like to listen to slow music and soul. And when I'm not feeling right, I listen to gospel music. When I'm not feeling right at all, I just listen to music, gospel music, and I lie down on the floor. I don't lie on the bed. I lie down on the floor when I'm listening to gospel music, and I'm really like feeling. I'm not feeling right. Like I'm feeling really low. There's something bothering me. I close my door. I put my music loudspeaker. I lie down on the floor and just listen to those songs I like.
That's a
And
meditation moment, eh?
yeah, like I don't know what it is. Like that thing just, it moves me, it gives me more energy and it gives me more the thing. But like normally I just like to listen, vibe to slow music. The thing is like I would say I would listen to dance music so much, but I don't clap so much. The only time you see Slade in the club is when he's singing, and that's it. Like I'm totally like I don't know why. It's just the way I do my things or the way like I'm built. Like I just kind of feel like you will only see me out if I have a responsibility out there, if I have a job to do, and that's it. So like I don't really go out and have fun just like any other person because it gets bored when I'm out there. I feel out of the place. Because everybody's so much entertained and I'm just there. Bored with a bottle of water or the juice in my hand and stuff like that. So like it makes it a little bit difficult for me. So at home, I've just put on, at home, what I listen to most are beats and the Nigerian music
Yeah, because you're
mostly.
very creative. You need to create some stuff. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
I
saying?
focus. I focus on I spend. If you come to my YouTube and check my YouTube, it's all beats, 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 beats. Like I focus so much on beats, like listening to beats. If I feel like something on a beat, that's it. I start from there, and I work
Mm.
on that. I bring out the vibe on that. I
Mm.
definitely know my beat when it comes on. Like I just kind of feel like this beat was made for me. That's it, and then I just go on. And
Mm.
I when I do my work later on, I lay out my work on that beat. I tell my producer, you know what, this is not what I want, but this is what I feel. I want you to lay out my work like this. So that's how I go about it.
That's good. But normally now, I don't know, but sometime like if you have you want to make like a Kubulu song, do you really
Mm.
cooperate with producers from outside the culture, or it doesn't happen? Sometimes we just do it our own way. Like
Yeah,
if when you do like a couple of songs, if you need it like good quality, say, or you need it in a
yeah.
different way, do you
I have to
always?
go back to the. Mm.
So do
It
you?
has to be the original. You have to go back
Okay,
to somebody that knows it. I can never go to somebody else and say, do this for me. They will never do it the way you want it. They will do it, but they will never do it perfectly. Me, when it comes to traditional songs, I must go back to somebody that
but
started off. But
yeah, yeah, but even in traditional song, now we came back to traditional
mm,
song. I think there are some people they are producers, but they don't know if they are producers actually. Or they don't realize if they can make this happen. Hey,
yeah, for sure. Like me personally, if you could say in the Western world, I could be a producer because I direct all my beats. All you could do is just to put in action. When you look at somebody like DJ Khaled is an artist and he's an executive producer, but he doesn't make beat himself. He
yep,
direct everything.
it direct,
So
yeah,
like
it
it's the same
mix,
thing I
it
do.
does
I
all
sing and
different
I
things.
also do. Yeah. So like I could also be a producer, but in our South Sudan music and stuff, it's it's quite complicated. Some you call yourself producer and you don't make beats. Somebody will not understand what you're trying to say. It doesn't mean if you make beats you're a producer. You have to be direct and stuff, but they will not understand. So you just have to leave it that way because you don't want to have that argument with somebody. If you call yourself a producer, they will not agree with your point because they do not really understand. They do not study music to understand how the music works.
Yeah.
So
But yeah.
so like yeah, like, I kind of feel like I'm involved like in the production part. I should be a producer as well, but it is what it is.
All right. Okay. Great. Before we come to the social media questions,
Okay.
after the hit song Innu,
Yeah.
what direction would you take on your next album, Slide Nation?
Now the album I've been working on the album so hard. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be one of the best albums I've ever done. And this album I'm trying to focus so much on international market because I kind of feel like we already have a ground. And even me, after dropping Inu, though I didn't expect it to turn out like that, I think I already got my people on Inu, like the grassroots people. Though I still have community song. I even have Kubulo, I have a 1-1, I have Zook, and and One Pro, like those kind, like 4 songs to 5, I think. Those are culture. Half of the album is gonna be for our people, but half of it I have to focus internationally right now because half of it is collabos. I'm going back to East Africa. I have Chameleon and Palazzo. Those are huge guys in East Africa. They are already part of the album, and their songs are done. I have Scales from Nigeria, which is the huge, like it's gonna be the biggest project I've ever done, like a collabo. And that guy, he has done song with Akon. He's worldwide. He has done song with Nicki Minaj. He has done song with Whiskey, Davido, Burna Boy, name them. Like, he's huge. He's huge. And he goes with millions of views within a week and stuff. And I've already done a song with him. It's part of the album. I'm just on the process of working on the video with my record right now. I have a new record label. It's called Independent Thought.
Independent Tour?
Thought.
Todd.
TOT, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it happens to be, like she sees my vision. She was like, "You're a very talented young man," and I kind of feel like I should support. I was like, "Okay, you have come in the right time. You know what's happening?" She's like, "I was like, my album is almost rolling out, and I have crazy projects. Let's get on to videos." And she's down. She's really happy to support me. And we see how it goes. So like, as I'm talking to you right now, my focus, I'll give my people what they want, but my focus right now is to expose myself to the international level with these artists on the album, with the videos. Hopefully, in a few months from now, inshallah, after all of this Corona thing, we'll be playing in, MTV base and stuff like that, where people have over 50 million views, it's daily. And, we put those music on rotation and the flag has to be South Sudan, And even in Africa, everybody will see it, The music is playing and the flag is down there, live South Sudan. You'll be proud, at the end of the day, regardless, whether you support it or not. You support me, or not. So, like, I kind of feel like this album is going to be huge and it's going to be a turning point for me as an artist, taking another step, ahead. Because I always, have goals, every year. So I kind of feel like from now to 2020, I have my checklist that I really want to tick off and, going international, at least to introduce myself, even if I'm not permanently going to be there, but at least introduce myself so that if I call you tomorrow, if I say I want to do a song with Davido tomorrow, because I already have connection with this guy, okay, this guy, Slide Nation is from South Sudan, definitely, let's work. We go down to an agreement or we do something. So I kind of feel like there'll have to be an introduction, which is going to be very good. So it's going to be a great.
That's a great move. Slide Nation is a very great move. You have to promote yourself, and you have to do a lot of things in order for you really to do some progress. The encouragement and the consistency, it's not an easy thing. Nothing sometimes called luck. Sometimes when I say I don't believe in luck, if you is sleeping in your house and just you think everything gonna come over, it's not gonna come over. You have to do some move, and then the luck will come with the consistency and the way you move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go into social media questions. Here I got one. I just balanced it because I had hard time just to do a few things before, but I just balance it. I got one question from the Twitter, and somebody messaged me from say Instagram. One questions, and one question from Snapchat. All right, the first question is this is a social media question. I just say I'm gonna ask Slate Nation. You know,
Okay.
somebody anonymous in a way. The first question is this: who is your business entrepreneurial role model? Like your
Wow.
business entrepreneurial role model. Who is it?
Business wise, that's a very interesting question. I would look at the guy in Africa called Dangote from Nigeria. I don't know whether you know him.
This is the billionaire guy, or which one you told me about?
Yes, yes. That guy is a story inspired me. And even one, I kind of feel like in my own country, trust me, Barach, in my own country, when I settle, like as in terms of business, in my music, inshallah, God help me to make good money.
Inshallah.
I want to do something like Dangote did.
You know that guy? Yeah, that guy, a billionaire with one wife, an African guy. Imagine that, man.
You can imagine that is so inspiring. And his story itself, leave alone the money he has. His story itself, it's just so interesting. Like when you just kind of look at it, it's somebody that came from zero, like from nothing, honestly. And look at him, and he still got so many years, ahead of him, to live on. And to be a billionaire in Africa in that age, it's impossible. It's into impossible. But look at him. Like it just makes you feel like anything is possible in this life. It's just all about you working hard towards your goal, be consistent, and believe in yourself, and that's it.
Exactly, it's all about you. Exactly like what you said. You nail it down, brother. It's all about you. You do yourself. You determine your destination, and what you do today, it will determine tomorrow. And
Exactly.
Time doesn't have mercy on people.
Exactly.
Fully stop. Like time doesn't have mercy on people, regardless of how you're gonna feel tomorrow. But if you have a chance to to grab a chance right now and do it, why not? Give it a try. Always failure. A failure is better than, not even failing. Because a failure itself is the next stage step. You fail, that's a different story. You feel different. You want to change your attitude. You want to do different thing. But if you never touch anything, you always will be sitting back and scared, like, no, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
The second question is this: would you dump a girl if your mother did not approve of her?
I think it all comes down to, it all comes down to the feelings, and what you love. I mean, what you feel towards each other. Because this thing called love, a lot of people don't really understand, especially in our community, and that's the reason why you see back home, there's too much forced marriage, there's too much forced marriage situation here and there. Girls are being, forced to marry, older guy or whatever.
And a teenage, especially teenager marriage as well. Yeah.
You could find a 14 years old, 15 years old girl being given away to an old guy because of cows or because they are wealthy and stuff like that. I kind of see it's not fair. I respect my mom so much, like crazy. I love my mom so much. But that doesn't mean if I respect you, doesn't mean if you give birth to me, you give me life, you should control my life. It doesn't work like that. And at least if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm in a wrong relationship, yeah, definitely I can leave the woman and listen to you. But if the woman is really good, she's a good woman, she has manners and stuff, a good woman should do, and she loves me and I love her too. Trust me, I don't think my mom can change my mind. Even out of respect, I can respect her. I can even tell her, I respect you, mom. I love you, but this is my woman. You're not going to change it, because at the end of the day, it's my happiness. It's not yours. So I kind of feel like it all comes down to the situation. You judge every situation according to how it's going. So I kind of feel that way. If the woman is good, I will not. If I have, if the woman is not the right woman, I mean, if she doesn't have the requirement that I need as me, not the
quality.
Yeah, the qualities, I don't think
it's a good answer. That's a perfect answer, it's a good answer. You answered it. I hope whoever asked this question gonna be satisfied with your answer. But again, because this question now generate another question,
Okay.
how do you think like we can pass what you said down to our parents, especially to make them understand? Look, it's not because you have to determine sometimes
Yeah.
things in my life. How you gonna
Yeah.
make them understand
I
that?
think
That's the
I
problem
think
here. Mm.
I think I think one of the most important thing we need, is education to our people. If we are educated, trust me, a lot of things would be really understand easily. Trust me, in this world, education is the only way, to things being easy. Any situation can be easy through education. Trust me. But you being somebody that was born yesterday and they put you in the forest, trust me, you will live like an animal in the forest because that's what you're exposed to. So we were exposed to war and stuff like that and local culture and stuff like that. I don't really blame the parents, our parents, and stuff like that much because that's what they all know. That's what they used to believe in when they grew up, and they think that that is the right way for everybody who's coming next for my children. But yeah, it also have its own side. So I kind of feel like we need education. We need to, we need awareness in our communities. We need to make our parents or somebody that's responsible for us to understand that you gave me life, yes, but still that doesn't mean you control my life. It's okay if I'm going in the right way. You have 100% right for you to try and control and guide me and go in the right way, but you should not dictate my life, because my mom, even if I'm twin, me and my brother or my sister will not die together, will not live forever together. We don't breathe the same air. So like everybody has their own life, has their own destiny. And I kind of feel like when it comes to marriage situation, education is one of the keys for people to understand. Maybe this generation might not understand it completely, might not get rid of it. Maybe the next generation might do 50% of it, and then the third generation might do, the whole 100%. Everything needs change, and change is a process. So like I kind of feel like we have to do our part now while we are here. And even me, I'm doing my part in my parents. Like I always tell them, if if one of my sister want to get married, my dad always call us and tell us, this is what is happening. What is your opinion? Because we have to make him understand we are also responsible, and we also have a voice. And my sister has a voice. You ask her, are you happy? You want to be with this person? Is it the person you love? Things like that, because she's the one that is going to suffer. She's the one that's going to be happy. It's not you. You don't need to force them into something they would not like. And if you force them because of material things, even that marriage will not last. The problem will still come back to you tomorrow because it's something you force. The home, like people are not going to live at home in peace. There will be too domestic violence and stuff like that. And people break up in 2 to 3 years, and your daughter come back to you with a lot of problems, and the other party need their cows back and stuff like that. So like you're inviting the whole situation to yourself rather than you just making it easy. Give your daughter time. Let her be a grown woman to understand things. Let her be, you know, the leader of her own life. Let her make her right choices. What you have to do is just you be a guardian. Just be there to tell them, hey, do this and do not do this. So I kind of feel like education is very powerful and we need it really in our communities. Awareness.
Yeah, that's a great point. You guys doing your part even in education as well. So the last question was: is this what do you most feel proud of at this moment?
Ah, I don't know. A lot of things in life, honestly, but I just kind of feel like I'm
Something
grateful that
outstanding. Yeah.
yeah, I kind of feel like I'm just grateful that I'm alive and I've come this far, what I'm doing. And at least whoever that loves me is proud of what I'm doing. Even those who used to doubt me when I began. So I kind of feel like, just coming from nothing, really totally nothing to where I am today, I couldn't be any more grateful. There is somebody somewhere right now who even want to be where I am, to be in the position I am right now, and they are not. So I always have to be grateful for every little thing I have, because if I'm grateful, God will bless me more, so I can also bless other people. And that's what I really want to do, like in life. Yeah, I want to be a blessing to other people when I'm okay.
All right. Let me come back to the music. We got a couple of questions, and then after that, I think we will end the show. But you've been really patient enough, really, to go through with me on this. And
It's okay.
yeah, the question is this. Slate Nation. Are you very energetic and young talented guy? That's a good move. How did you balance your music with other obligation? Because sometimes you have a very say, like committed obligation. How do you balance that with your music?
Well, that one is a very tricky one. My music, especially when it comes to, you know, before I started working, music was the only mission I had, because that was my only survival. That was the only thing that gave me food, put the food on the table for me, give me clothes, where I sleep, you know. So it was a whole job for me. I couldn't even think of any other thing. All I could think of, okay, people like this song. Okay, what is next? I need to do the next song. Think of how I'm going to do the next song so people can like it again, so I can keep going on. But after getting a job, it becomes a little bit harder, because you have to work harder and you have to get tired and come back. You need some rest. And music, trust me, music needs you to be very fresh and relaxed so the vibe can come. It doesn't need you to be stressed. If you're stressed, you will sing depression songs. People like things that heartbreaking songs, things to do with depression and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like in everything I do, I give music weekends, because it's the best time. So I make sure throughout the weeks, I make sure I focus on any other thing. And in the weekends, I make sure I let nothing distract me from it. I get up very early in the morning, have my breakfast, come back to my room, lock my room, and make my noise, as much as I want. You know, if I'm tired, I get to bed, because the studio is next to my room. I go to bed, sleep for a few hours, get back up, have a shower, be fresh again, get back to it. Saturday and Sunday. Monday comes, stop it, go and do other stuff. And that's how I maintain it. Really, like, I have to make sure like I balance everything, with time, because I know without music, trust me, nobody could even respect me. Nobody could even remember me. Nobody. I wouldn't even have any small power I have, or make other person smile when I go out with that. Just imagining me going out throughout the week, and somebody say, "Oh, Slade Nation, how are you?" and stuff like that. They'd be happy. Can I take a picture with you and stuff like that? So like I kind of feel like without music, I could not really connect with people like that. I wouldn't even meet a lot of people that would really love me that much. That I would make them smile and happy. So I kind of feel like music is a priority to me, though other things I have to do them, because that's part of life. Yeah. So I make sure I balance, but I put music on top of everything. You there, Barach? Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Oh, okay. You cut for a minute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Mm. Yes. What I was gonna ask is this, like,
Mm.
it's good to focus. It's good to focus, and it's very hard sometimes. Nowadays, I know how hard it is. The music can go. How much time do you spend on marketing campaign? Because you cannot release or do uh music traditionally no more. You have to depend on what do you call digital functioning. And if you go back home, maybe there is a lot of people now, they have access to that
I
platform.
think
You know.
mm, I think one of the good thing I did back then when I started is building my fan base strongly, especially on social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. You know, when you look at my WhatsApp, it's all contacts or people I don't even know personally. I'm telling you the truth. And it's thousands of them. And what I do, and the most powerful one I have is my Facebook page. I build that one so strong, and just make sure like I have so much confidence on my fan base that any content I put out, that content will even go beyond, like beyond my expectation. That's the belief I had right now. Because when you look at my WhatsApp, anytime I drop a song, before I send you the audio, I write a message under it. Hi, please, this is my new song. If there's a featuring artist, I'll say blah blah. Can you please listen to it? If you like it, kindly help me forward it to others, friends, family, anybody. I attach that message with the song, and I send block message. So I send block message on WhatsApp for everybody. Everybody get the same message. So like it makes you feel like I value you so much. I know you. I know who I'm talking with, and I need your support. If you reply me back with a very positive message, I'll keep the communication going. Oh, okay, that's good, bro. Can you do this and this, man? Like, really help me push that song, promote it wherever you are. I don't really mind. If it's 2 or 3 people, just give it to those people. Let it move, And also go to my YouTube. The video is there, and stuff like that. So like that's the reason why you see like my foundation and my marketing strategy is really really strong, because I really connect with the people on the grassroots rather than just chilling myself. I send you the song if you ask me the song and I sit back, expect the song to move by itself. It will not. And another thing is DJs. I make sure I sort out the DJs. I sort the DJs out, all of them. The DJs I know, I email them everything. I sort them out. I give them instruction on what to do. We get into agreement and stuff like that. I sort out the radios guy, and yeah, so that when I roll out immediately, everything roll out, all of it, everywhere. So I'm controlling the fan base on social media. The DJs are controlling the fan base that I cannot reach. The radios are controlling the fans that I can reach. And my YouTube is, and my Facebook, like everything blows up immediately at the same time. So I just, kind of feel like that strategy really helps me a lot, and that's why I told you earlier on when I started, like nobody really helped me. Like you kind of feel like Slay Nation has a manager. A lot of people ask me the same question. I be like, when I started, no manager at all. Nobody really helped me, and people don't really believe. So how is it possible for your music to really spread in a very short time that far when you don't have a management or a team that supports you? It's just a strategy like I use, and for me to connect with the people down and talk to them even more beyond music. Like I first put even their interest first. I listen, I talk to them, reply to their question and stuff like that. Really helped me like to get the attention. And as a fan talking to an artist replies back to you is an honor. A lot of the feedback I always get is you're a humble guy, you value your fans so much and stuff like that. I always want to keep it that way so that they can know I really do value them, because without them, I don't think I can move forward. So I kind of feel like that's really a very powerful tool for me. And then the rest, as you said earlier on, you have to do your part, and then Black comes in. So the rest will just join the banding wagon, how you say it, because the song or whatever is moving already fast, and people, okay, can I have it, and stuff like that.
It gives you that energy for you to move,
Yeah,
forward
because
and do
that's
your
one
things.
thing. Like whenever I drop something, it goes so viral on social media, and people who weren't even interested get interested because they see like when I first the cover for even before the song, that thing went so viral, and people who weren't even like who didn't ever got the message, who I was not even going to reach, because I could even DM you. I could, on Facebook, I send you messages and stuff like that with the whatever attached. I say forward it, post it, and forward it, share it with other people. That's one thing I always do with my fans, because there are people they can reach that I cannot reach, and if I talk to them politely, they can do that for me easily without me getting a promoter who will even like take time to do that. A fan would be more happy to talk to you, and then they would do that easily for you because they wouldn't even feel any jealousy for you or anything. Like they would just be very happy
Definitely,
that they can
yeah.
talk to them.
But it's hustle even to reach everybody,
Yeah,
It is hassle to
Yeah, and
everybody.
trust me, it's
Yeah,
so tiresome. When you look at my phone, you get blocked sometimes for misusing the app and stuff like that. But you gotta understand is you have to do what you have to do, to get what you want.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
That was a good questions, and then I think to come to an end, I think you've been, I do believe this is not the whole story about the interview, but I think you went through the most because I brought you out here because Inu is going viral and how we seeing the situation and how, but you're doing a really great job and you one of actually official South Sudanese artists. I don't know if somebody don't believe that, it's a different story. It must be
It's
personal things.
crazy, like how
Yeah,
you going. Even those of
yeah,
Larson and Nook were
yeah,
calling me the other
yeah,
day. Says like,
yeah,
you guy, you're a very funny guy, and you really surprised us. I
yeah,
was like, okay. Now, how come? How did you feature the president? How did you do it? I was like,
yeah,
things happen, But
yeah,
yeah, I'm grateful, honestly.
yeah, yeah. It's good,
Uh,
but traditionally, who are your major influence anyway?
My goodness,
Yeah.
I don't know whether you know this guy called Malone Twin Quad
Malong, Malong,
Mountain.
Malong,
Malok.
Malong Banquat.
One chakang to the bagat
Yeah, 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 yeah. I heard. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That that guy is the one who taught John Guduse most of the things. And then John Guduse came. By then I was a very young kid and those guys used to come to my mom. My mom used to sell alcohol for a living.
Yeah.
And they could come, they get alcohol and they entertain us. So like I got really inspired by then. And even when John Guduse came up and he was so viral, I tapped in and he was just so great. Like yeah. I really like John Guduse.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. It's good. Yeah, he's a great guy. So now we're expecting the next move internationally. Plus, I don't know. I don't want to put you in a public court, but when it's gonna come the next album, I don't know how you're gonna overcome Inu. But
To be honest with you, I was
when it's
supposed
gonna
to
be
drop
out?
the next album. Trust me, to be honest with you, the next album was supposed to drop in July. But because of coronavirus, I couldn't drop an album without any single video. That was not professional for me. Like
Yes,
it's
yeah.
not really professional. It would just my work. People will enjoy my work, but I kind of feel like my work will just go like the work I've been working on for all of these 2 years will just go for a waste. I kind of feel like I need some videos to make history. I need videos to make this like to put a stamp print on this, like to make it permanent. Because I know people will listen to the music and it will just be there. But after this Corona thing, I was supposed to drop the album, but after the Corona, I was like, it's not possible for me to do that. So I'm really, really focusing right now on shooting the guys that are outside, the like of Scales with my management that is Truth Independence, shooting those of Chameleon and Palazzo wherever they are, and then when their side is done, they will keep the data, and then I'll shoot my side here, and then I send the data to the producer, and edit the video, and then we plan when. So as soon as 2 or 3 videos are done, the album, even if they are done, let me say 2 to 3 weeks from now, I roll out the album immediately because everything is ready. But I need the videos. I really do. Like it's very important to me.
It's great. It's great
So
to be. Yeah.
yeah. So like it really depends. Like really depends on on how this situation is going right now because it even limits a lot of things for me. Like it
It
blocks a lot
does.
of plans.
It
It
does.
stopped me from working to support myself. Running around. To people I know to support me, and it's not also easy on their side. So like it makes it double harder for me. Like to really do these things by myself. But inshallah, I get a few, 2 videos or 3 done. I can roll out the album and I can still shoot the rest later on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's good. I hope you're gonna, I hope for all of us, we here in Australia, but especially in Melbourne, the lockdown, I think it went to stage 5 or stage 4.
Yeah,
It's very
it's
tough.
crazy.
It's very tough.
You cannot do anything.
Yeah, I hope people will, get on soon and everything will be under control, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope my
Yeah.
I hope my fans out there support me. I need your support.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're gonna talk in the near future about a lot of things. I think, and we are gonna have more exclusive interview when we get in deep into it, Slide Nation.
Mm.
But you've been a great guy. You're doing well. You're doing a lot of work. Plus, you're teaching this young generation and you're sending out message. You're doing your part of the work. Your last word. What do you wanna say to your fan base actually, and especially young South Sudanese people?
Mm.
This is scatter time. I know it's very hard
Yeah.
time. We scatter everywhere, but what do you want to say? Because I've seen young people in Facebook, in somewhere else.
Mm.
They are really still trying to get that together. What is your
Mm.
message to them, Slide Nation?
I would say my message right now to the people is, it could not only be my fans, it could be mostly South Sudanese and everybody that, that is listening, to everybody in South, to every South Sudanese. I always ask my people to be united, preach love, not hate, be united, love one another. That's the only way we can move forward, you know, as one people. My message to my fans and the young ones, anything you ever dream of in life, it could be music, it could be anything. Trust me, you can make it. And never let nobody tell you cannot. You might not have the opportunities or whatever it is right now, but trust me, in the long run, you could definitely make it. As long as you're focused, you are sticking to your goals and your plans. God is always there for a hard worker. You can never count out somebody who's working hard towards a goal. So I kind of believe like you could be anything you want to be, man. Like all you have to do is stay focused, stay out of trouble, guys. To the young guys, be peaceful. Always forgive. Forgive one another. I know young people they always want do this stuff, but you always have to look back and say, this is my brother, this is my sister. Always have mercy on each other, always forgive, always love each other and move forward. And yeah, just believe in yourself, man, and do what you have to do, man. You can make it. You're gonna be great. Anything.
Yeah, definitely. Courage, courage is everything. If you really make yourself available for what you want to do, always what I say to people or to young people most of the time, you know, create your reality and remember always that luck is an accumulation of superior effort and focus execution. When you focus, when you always dedicate your time, when you always do things consistently, that's the success you can say, and it will pay off. Or that's the luck you will say,
Definitely,
that's what
definitely.
will pay off, And thank you a lot, Slate Nation, for coming today to our show. You really been good, and you really answered the most questions prepared for you to answer. But it was very joyful. This is just a kind of testing the audience a little bit. This is not a deep interview. I think we're gonna be on some exclusive show very soon. Hopefully, when things,
Most definitely,
when
most definitely.
yeah, when things get better, for you to talk more deeper because our people most of the time, our artists, people want to know them, how they speak, how they take things, what is their philosophy. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's not all about Mike, you know. But you've been doing great. You've
yeah.
been a good guy, and you really, drive well with me so far. But I really appreciate you for coming here and thank you a lot, really. And once again, I don't know if you have one thing more you want to say, and then definitely we're gonna end the show soon.
Yeah, just to my people, man. I'm not gonna say a lot. Just be there for you people. They're your people. You can never run away from your people, and you can never exchange your bad person to somebody else that is good. Your people will always be your people, whether they are bad or good. Accept them for who they are. Support your people. Encourage them, and that's the only way we could move forward. If you are strong today, make sure you support the weak because you never know. Nobody can be strong forever. You could be weak tomorrow, and you might need that somebody you supported yesterday. Always remember that, and yeah. All I always tell my people is love. Preach love. Trust me, if you do everything with love, even people who don't like you, if you do everything with love and just show them Always show them respect, always show them love. Trust me, God will always bless you. God will always take all the negative things, out of your way. Whatever plans they have towards you, they will always go in a very funny way,
Yeah,
and you keep succeeding. So always show love to anybody, whether they don't like you, whether they like you. Be there for your people, respect them, and show love to them. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's all good. I think we're finishing, but I forget one question. Just can you tell me
Okay.
if I want to get in, if I don't have access to YouTube or I don't accept access to other platform, where I'm gonna get this in, man? Tell me, man.
Right now, I
Yeah,
tried. I put it online right now on Spotify and Apple Music, and it's gonna take a week to be approved. Those guys, the process. There's a long list of those people who send songs and stuff. So it's gonna be on there. If you are onto those platform, you could have it. If you, as but I just a friend of mine, you could
yeah,
have it on WhatsApp, like for free,
yeah.
honestly.
Definitely,
Because I've been
definitely.
giving it out for free. It was just a bonus song for me, though it did a lot for me. I could
Yes.
just give it for free, honestly. I don't really mind. I can
Yeah.
send it to you.
Yeah, definitely. There's no problem, man. I just
And
was saying that.
anybody, like, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, anybody who doesn't want to wait on the iTunes things is already on YouTube. If you
Yeah,
don't want to wait
definitely.
on the iTunes thing, just tap me on my page anywhere. I could shoot you my WhatsApp number and I send you the song immediately.
Yeah. If you want to find Slate Nation, you can just visit his page on Facebook. Is Slate Nation. Is very obvious and
Yes,
consistent name. And if you want to go even to his music, is slatenationmusic.com and
yes,
so on. Yeah, and other platform as well. Thank you, Slate Nation. You've been a great guy, and thank you for really your input right on our show. And definitely, as what I said before, we're gonna be in contact, and definitely you always will be around, or you will be one of my regular guests. I resume my show, and then we're going to talk about a lot of different things in different sector
definitely, my
and
brother.
those sort of things. But thank you. I really admire you because you admire those young South Sudanese people, the way they dancing, the way you show them, that the leading way, is a very good way. Thank you a lot. And I really appreciate you for your time. And then hopefully we catch up next time when everything is just relaxed in Australia.
Most definitely, my brother. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for having me. And not to forget, everybody, please stay safe. Follow all the rules and instructions. Do not do it on your own way. There's a lot going on in the world right now. We all need to listen and, do what the guys with experience tell us to do. It's as easy as that. Just if they say stay at home, please stay at home and, don't move around. If you don't do unnecessary movements, if you don't have anything to do. Otherwise, Bryce, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. It's an honor to be in your show, and also to the fans that are watching and those people that are going to watch this later. I just want to say thank you so much for supporting Slate Nation throughout the time. And we keep it going. The album is coming, more music on the way. And I love you guys. And yeah, and if we get the chance, definitely, Bryce, I'm always here for you anytime. You're my brother, and we could do this over and over again,
Thank you.
without, yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you for your inconsistency. I mean, your consistency and when we say let's do this straight away, you up to your word. That's a very good thing. That's when you see the professionalism in a person. That's a really good thing. And this is the time we have to take our things seriously. There's no time left.
Yeah,
Now
yes,
everything that you do now is serious. There's nothing called serious tomorrow. We do our
exactly.
everything we have to do it professionally and just go do things. That's how we learn. But thank you a lot. I really appreciate you, and I think I will stop here. And you have a great night.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Look after
You too.
yourself in this coronavirus time.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
See you, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Was Slide Nation with me on the studio? It was a very great young South Sudanese artist, and he got a few songs on YouTube. If you go to his official page on Facebook, is Slide Nation, and if you go to his website as well, is www.slidenationmusic.com as well. You can find his music in Spotify and other iTunes over there. Thank you a lot, guys, for being with us tonight. It was a very interesting discussion with this young gentleman. He's a very energetic artist and young South Sudanese who is spread his image and showing the leadership as a South Sudanese. We always need to work within and do the best for ourselves. I really appreciate him, and I appreciate my audience. Staying with us for very long and being up to this time. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate you. And don't forget to share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our Facebook page, Talk with Barach. And also we have a YouTube channel, Talk with Barach. You can subscribe our YouTube channel. We're gonna stream live in a weekly basis, on both platform. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate you. Let me get into one of these song for us, really to make it say happen. Okay. All right. If I could get this song done, that would be really great. Alrighty. Let me play it a little bit and then
Come out. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? There, we need peace. We need peace, and we have been searching for peace today. The corruption is not a friend to anybody. It's the worst enemy, and we call it cancer. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you the whole. It is a very long story. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? There, we need peace. We need peace, and we have been searching for peace today.
You do the talk, I do the walk. You like to eat, you don't like to walk.
Come out. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? There, we need peace. We need peace, and we have been searching for peace today.
Yes, and I'm Aligitu Nasbi Chakolo and Aligitu Nasbi Akolo. That's a very, very great message. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us tonight. And this is Talk with Barach. Once again, I said, follow us on Facebook and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel as well. This is Talk with Barach and see you hopefully next week. Thank you for being with us and have a great night.
Nay.